2, 1. Hello, everybody, and welcome to our Logomancy Bluey one-shot for our Roll for Wishes campaign, benefiting Make-A-Wish International. You may recognize a handful of these fine folks from our previous Battle for the 100-Acre Woods one-shot that we did, a month ago plus? Time has no meaning. I'm a parent.
A little under, yeah.
Something
Early
like that.
December.
Yeah. We did well, and through the generous donations of everybody that I'm sure have come back to watch some more because it was just a hoot for everybody. We managed to hit a milestone, which was having another one shot in place. This time, Bluey themed. For anybody that was listening during the starting soon screen, that was a work of love put together by myself, some of our kids. Tom Lincoln is the mix and master, the composer for everything for it. We kind of worked back and forth, and there's an Easter egg at the very end for it for the musically inclined. That's all I'll say. If you have questions, I'll answer them later. But pick out the 70s and 80s band that he channeled for it. That said, we're here to play some Dungeons and Dragons, and we're here to raise some money for charity. You'll notice on Colby and Will's YouTube channels, occasionally there will be a link pasted in the chat. It's also in the video description. If you're watching on Twitch, on the Logomancy Media Twitch, it'll roll through in the chat every now and again, automated, so I don't have to worry about it, or it's supposed to. I will double check and make sure it actually does that thing. And yes, it's working. There we go. We work primarily off of donations that affect the game in real time. So what that looks like is bonus dice that the players can use to re-roll or add extra damage or extra dice to healing rolls. You can donate magic items directly. If you donate, say, an uncommon magic item, I will reach over and grab 3 uncommon magic items from the pile, and of those 3, the group can collectively pick one and do with it as they will. Likewise, for any chaos and entropy rolls that get donated in, if you let me know what you're looking for when you're making the donation, we will all do our best to accommodate. That said, there are also a number of physical rewards tied to the Tiltify that you can redeem. There's some, physical and digital. Will has put up a handful of PDF copies of Ryoko's guide to, is it the Demon Realms, I believe?
The Yokai Realms.
Yokai Realms, that's right.
Yeah.
We've also got the offer of some one-shots. So you can go in and potentially play an Treant Monk one-shot. You can play at my table as well. And yeah, we've got a great game set up for you, and it's sure to be a hoot. With that, just for clarification, if you put a donation in, make sure it's going through that Tiltify link, not through a YouTube super chat or anything like that. It gives us better visibility on reacting to donations. I've got it up here on screen in front of me. If you've donated and it's been like 5 or 10 minutes and you still haven't seen me address it, it's probably just because we're in the middle of a scene, or it's I'm biding my time, or I've cataloged it and I'm just waiting to hand these guys some magic items. So should be good. For anybody that's watching with kids, we will be minding our language, and every one of us are going to be role-playing children and or characters within the Bluey universe. So Bandit doesn't swear, he says biscuits, for instance. Biscuits is the expletive that we're going to use for everything if you need to. Biscuits. Yes.
Oh,
yes.
Biscuits.
I almost wore my my Bandit shirt, but you know, It's hard to beat a roll for wishes, sure. That said, why don't we go around and introduce our characters within this Bluey verse? And on my screen, I'm going to start with Josiah
I knew that was
playing
going to happen.
Jeremy Fetch.
How could they do it to me, chat?
Actually, you know what? Let me set the scene for you first, and turn on some lovely music for everybody, because you found yourselves at the medieval fair, the medieval festival. It is Friday, and there is no school, and you've been waiting for this moment for weeks. All the kids are at the park for this thing. You're not really sure where it comes from. It's called a Ren Fair, Ren Fest, something. All you know is that you got to grab the best costumes that you could find out of your toy chests, and you get to wear them outside. Your collective parents were like, we're doing this. We're gonna go. Some of them groaned a little bit. Some of them are maybe a little too into it. Speaking from personal experience. And there's games, there's places that you can run around and do different fantasy-themed tasks. You can eat food that you would normally never get to eat at home, like candy bars that are deep fried and then like dipped in something terrible and then covered in sprinkles. It's a truly sticky place. It is the stickiest of places here. There are pigeons and crows everywhere, as evidenced by one of your friends having befriended one by feeding it probably too many sprinkles or too many somethings. And it's just decided that life is better with this person. You're all dressed in your fantasy regalia, and as you step forward into this open quay with all of these things surrounding you, the sensation sets in. You're here, you're on an adventure. You've talked about this at school. You're going to be hunting for a dragon's treasure. You've all decided you're going on an adventure. You're going to find that dragon's treasure. As long as a grown-up says it's safe, you're allowed to do it. And you're allowed to use anything that you pick up or find, as long as a grown-up says it's safe. Bandito, you are the resident grown-up that is in this. Maybe you've maybe you've done this kind of thing before. Maybe Ren Fair is very much Bandito's thing. And you're playing with the kids. I think, correct me if I'm wrong for the rest of you, everybody else is a child, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I'm happy with. I didn't know that, but I'm good. I'm rolling with it.
All right, fair enough. So Bandito, occasionally we're going to cut back, and the kids are probably going to look to you for approval on whether or not something is safe or okay, because that's dad life. That's how this works.
For anyone who's watched Bluey, you know that as far as Bandit's concerned, everything is okay.
Yes.
What's that meme? I'll allow it. That's kind of his
exactly.
His MO. Yeah,
100%. Bandit's playing blue. That said, Josiah, we are going to start with you. You're in the quay. What does Fetch look like?
So he obviously was very excited to come to the Ren Fair with his friends, but also is a pretty absent-minded kind of guy. So like forgot and just put it off getting all the preparations and that kind of thing done until the last minute. And then it was like, okay, we're knocking on your door. We're getting ready to go. He was like, oh crap. So, ran to the playroom and just kind of grabbed what he could. So he's got like a toy sword and shield that he has around and was just like, I need armor. To the kitchen, put it on his head. I was like, okay, cool. This is a helmet. And that's pretty much his whole vibe. He's just happy to be here.
I like
But-
it.
Checking out the scene, seeing what everyone else is doing. 'Cause he's like, oh yeah, I don't really know what we're doing here, but I'm ready for whatever comes. We're fighting a dragon, like let's go. I'm in. Just immediately all in with no information.
100%. That's kind of the that's the MO for how this sort of thing works. Actually, we're going to jump over to Will next, and I'm going to add some art onto here. So, Will, what does everybody see when they look at Hank?
I think Hank would he's like unusually short even for like a kid, and he's got like just like a simple cape with the kind of stereotypical hood, the rogue hood, kind of hanging down over his eyes a little bit. He found his weapon on the way here, which is just like the coolest stick you've ever seen. Like you like, you know, sometimes it's just you pick up a stick off the ground and it's just perfect and it twirls beautifully, and he's kind of sort of trying to do cool stuff with the stick, like flipping it. It's not working great. And he's very much like in character. He's kind of decided he's a Robin Hood type. He's trying to do like forward rolls and leaping and stuff like that. Yeah, and that's kind of he's going crazy. Very hyperactive, attempting as best he can to kind of jump and flip around and look cool.
I will say, because I had to fit a dad joke into here. Hank very much has jam like spread here, and you can see it on the art all over his fingers, because rogues have sticky fingers. I will not apologize. I will not be taking any questions.
Nor should you. That's perfect.
Yeah. I hate to like interrupt the flow. It looks like there's a slight problem on my live stream,
Okay.
with like the delay. It seems to be freezing up.
Oh,
I'm getting that the audio is kind of cutting in and out and spotty.
Yeah, so we're having some tech issues. Okay, so it's on your one as well. Okay, I was going to say
it could be on my end. Like, my connection is not amazing. Full disclosure.
Let me double check here, and see if I can't change the encoder up for everybody. There we go. See if that ends up making a difference for folks.
Yeah, chat says it's a visual issue, not an audio issue for them.
And mine's audio. So maybe everybody, if you just pull up both of them simultaneously.
They'll sync up.
Yeah.
It does seem to be a little bit stuttery on Twitch side as well for you.
Okay.
James, I have your stream pulled up as well.
I'm not listening to Twitch at all, but what I'll do is I'll nix the background music for the moment, and just do this kind of free form. Worst case scenario, if it comes down to it, we can all jump over onto. We can use Will's stream. Just looking at the current view counts for everything, and I can kill the stream going to Colby's. We're trying to go to 3 different places at once and run an experiment for it, and it seems to be doing the best it can. That said, I've adjusted the settings, so give it a little time and let me know. YouTube says it's coming through fine now. Coming through on from ReStreamBot. So that said, Bandito. What does everybody see as they look in upon your form? Look upon you and tremble.
Bandito, because I can't do an Australian accent, has a bit of a Hispanic accent, because his name is Bandito after all.
Yes.
We're not going to worry about copyright infringement issues today.
I love it.
He is dressed in a very chafy loincloth. That is actually, I guess I should say, my character sheet says that I'm in half plate, but I'm going to flavor it as a very sturdy furry loincloth.
I love it.
And he just has a big old great axe and a bunch of other weapons, kind of sticking out of his holster in the back, as barbarians are wont to do. But yeah, he's a blue hewler. And my my little avatar, my little icon on my character, he looks more like Bluey than he looks like Bandit, but that's okay. He's a child at heart, very strong and muscly, and channeling Big Dad energy.
We were talking about this before. The Meister Hypester who did all of the character art for this. You're the only character that they drew as a little kid. Everybody else is like, could be confused with an adult, and you got muffined. And I love the in-game dialogue of like, maybe this is Bandito's character from when he was a kid, and stepping right back into it
from that 80s episode.
Absolutely, very meta. It's why you're the only one with like an actual no axes for children. Yeah. I'll jump down. I'm going left to right. Freckles.
Yes. So Freckles is the most amazing dancer there has ever been. And we are a dance bard, and Freckles is planning to mainly entertain the party, and the party will be so much more powerful by this entertainment. And we're actually going to begin with a 1-hour performance that is a feast for the eyes. One might even call it a hero's feast for the eyes. And everyone's hit points jump up by 14, including any familiars that may not have been introduced yet.
There is absolutely a pigeon hanging out and like mowing down on some kind of fried dough.
And so everyone will get that increase in hit points. They also are immune to frightened and poisoned, and have poison resistance.
Nice.
Amazing.
Do we have information on what we're eating right now? Like, did you bring like snacks, like snackage? Was that like your
yeah, well, probably as I'm describing my character's beautiful dancing, we're probably eating cheese and crackers. With that like really unhealthy like cheese whiz style cheese.
Nice, yeah.
Oh wait, Vegemite. We got Vegemite on crackers.
Oh yeah, we're Australian. Yeah, absolutely.
But since it's a Ren fair, it's fried. Okay. It's fried Vegemite.
Yeah.
So they just dip it in batter and deep fry it.
Delicious.
Put it on a stick.
Hydrate, folks, with that rousing rendition of food. The internet has demanded it.
I want somebody to make a donation that requires Chris to dance every time he casts a spell or uses bardic inspiration.
I mean, I could do that. I could totally make that. It could be okay.
As long as it doesn't require me getting out of my chair, that's fine.
You can dance sitting down
if you want to. You can leave your friends behind. Beyond that, we have I'm not going to say harassing a bird, but certainly like trying to befriend it. We have Astrid.
Yeah.
Luna, depending if you've jumped into your persona yet.
Well, that's the thing. Her given name is Luna. She has decided to go by Astrid because she has fully gone into the beginning stages of a child who will one day be obsessed with cosplay and LARPing. So Luna, who everybody she introduces herself to as Astrid, is a Australian shepherd, very like long, curly kind of white with like pinkish hues to it, hair, and unlike a lot of Australian Shepherds, has a fairly long tail, something that is like lackadaisically swishing back and forth as they're kind of walking along, trying to feed this bird that's on her shoulder another French fry. She has strapped to her a set of very sparkly purple fairy type wings, and also has a couple of pouches around, because she doesn't have any like specific pockets, but she has plenty of pouches, and every once in a while we'll just reach into one and shout some just like made up magic words and just throw a handful of sprinkles at like, you know, not a random passerby, but at like a rock or a tree or just the air to ward off all of these baddies that are definitely there.
With that, you've assembled your group. There are people all around, and one of the other parents, Bandito, maybe it's your spouse. You know, I want to say that it's actually,
if Chili's here, I'm in trouble.
Yeah, it's I want to say it's Astrid's parent, one way or the other, and they look exhausted, and they look uncomfortable, and they're like, everybody's wearing cloaks, and I don't know what's going on. But he's got a bed sheet, and comes over and is like, all right, this stuff was left in the car. You guys can just go have fun. And he drops this bed sheet that's like a big, it's got like little tooth fairies on it, we'll say. And it opens up, and falling out are a couple of things, because chat exploded a little bit. First things first, and I need to call this out. Lucky donated a very rare, a rare, and an uncommon magic item. And one of those items, they've requested it to be the Wand of Heavy.
Oh, okay.
I don't know what that is.
The Wand of Heavy is from the second or third episode of Bluey ever. And it's where they touch things with a feather and things immediately become heavy. And it's basically it's one of the what's Exandria spells to like, it's not the chronergist, it's the other one.
The Graviturgy.
Graviturgist. Yeah. So you guys get a very rare, a rare, and a Wand of Heavy. Generally speaking, you if you touch something with the Wand of Heavy, it becomes super heavy, like they can't stand up. Please enjoy the chaos. And for very rare and rare, let's see, we'll get it going. There's an ad that's going to be starting on Twitch for folks. Your very rare item is going to be an Ioun Stone of Insight, a Rod of Absorption, and a Wand of Polymorph. Which of those three would you like as a crew?
I mean, a wand in the hands of a thief rogue sounds pretty awesome. A Wand of Polymorph.
Yeah, I can be popping people into squirrels for us to chase as a bonus action.
With a bonus action,
Yeah, I'm just double checking what the absorption. It's kind of like a counterspell wand, huh?
Yeah.
I think the polymorph one sounds like the coolest, potentially the most shenanigan based.
Yes,
it sounds the most like what a handful of children would have: just a stick and say, "Now you're a giant toad."
Yes, exactly.
100%.
Great. Okay. Cool.
Yeah. All right. For the rare magic item, there's a Wand of Enemy Detection, a Staff of Healing, and a Wand of Paralysis.
It's lots of wands.
You know, there may or may not be like 17 wizard wands in here. I don't know what Astrid uses for regular cosplay, but there seems to be a lot of wands.
I have a lot of
these,
sticks. I like collecting sticks.
It's cool.
Stick Nation. Yeah.
It is a stick thing. Yeah. Dogs love sticks.
Yeah, I love sticks.
Oh, that's so true.
Staff of healing might be nice
use
for
Staff of Healing.
Considering our party
Freckles.
makeup, it might be nice.
Yeah.
I don't think I can bards attune to Staff of Healing.
They can. Yep.
They can, yeah.
All right. I'm going to run through a couple others. You've got a uncommon magic item that was just donated. That's Borba sauce, and I'm gonna kind of go through these in order as we get them. There's pipes of the sewers, cap of water breathing, and an immovable rod.
Oh, there's so the immovable rod or the pipes of the sewers both sound fun.
And we'll say for the pipes of the sewers, it just summons more pigeons. It's literally just
pigeons.
just holding up a tray of French fries.
Okay, but that sounds so good. It sounds really great, is all I'm saying. They both sound great. Everything's great, but that sounds really funny.
I think that would be right on brand for the character, right, as well.
Yeah.
Like
Mhm.
your character. Yeah. I feel like
All right.
Astrid would be king of the pigeons.
Let's
Pigeon
get
queen.
those pipes. The pipes
Absolutely.
are calling.
Pipes are calling. Yeah.
I love it. We've
Where?
got so pipes of the sewers there. Chris, if you could add 1d20 into it. And then Matt Without Fear added another 2d20s and grabbed a PDF copy of Ryuko's Guide.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
Lucky,
Yeah.
we got your Wand of Heavy, and Grim Reaper, that's going to be another d20 into the pool. And then Dave and Rye, no in-game bonus, but you guys can take 2d6s for your player pool. They've snagged the 1,000 pages of D&D content.
Ooh.
GM
Oh,
secret
nice.
weapon. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
I'm so sorry to interrupt you. It looks like
Please
we're having
plug.
stream issues on my one again. I just
Yeah,
wanted to
same.
check if it was on everyone's.
The
Alrighty.
video's frozen on mine. People are
Alright.
saying.
For
should we
folks
just cancel and go to one?
Yeah, let's do that. I'm going to jump into Restream for a sec. Colby, would you mind sending everybody over to Will's?
Yeah, and I'll make a note on my community page too.
Perfect. Thank you. I will snag this right now. Go. And I wonder if I can do this while we're live. We'll see. Bear with me a sec, folks. Beautiful. And all right. Might have to go to break for just a minute. It looks like I might have to recreate this. Will, it should show up on your end here in just a sec. Or, I'll send us to break for a moment and we can jump back into the adventure. Thanks everybody in chat for letting us know. Sometimes technology hates us. It's one of those things. All right,
Most times.
back. Yeah,
Most of the time.
back in just a few.
Mhm.